Evaluating expressions with exponents. Anytime that you evaluate an expression that contains an exponent, you need to substitute with parentheses. You want the new expression to mean the same as the original. An example: evaluate x squared for x equals -5. X squared means x times x. So when you substitute, you want it to be -5 times -5. For that to happen, you must substitute with parentheses so that the negative can get to the power. So for this problem, we will have to plug in parentheses the -5 so that the negative will also get to the exponent. So this will mean 2 copies of -5, which will equal 25. You don't see a parentheses on there originally. It's understood that the entire x goes to the power. The parentheses forces the entire x to go to the power. Next, we'll evaluate 3x squared, where x is -4. So you're going to keep your multiplication and you have an exponent. So we'll use the 3. We will use parentheses, -4 inside so that the negative will get to the power, and an exponent. And then you go with order of operations. The exponent would go before multiplication. So -4 squared means -4 times -4 gives you a +16 times 3 gives us 48. Next, we'll evaluate 2x squared minus 3x minus 5 for x equals -4. So we're going to be careful with our signs again. And we have an exponent on there. So keep the 2. We're going to use parentheses. The -4 inside. Exponent minus 3 times. You could use a dot or a parentheses here. I like parentheses. It keeps the signs in good. And minus 5. Then you go with order of operations, and the exponent's going to go first. So -4 squared, -4 times -4 gives a +16 times 2. And next we can do our multiplications. So 2 times 16 will give us 32. Go ahead here and do -3 times -4 will give us a +12 and -5. Addition and subtraction go left to right. So it looks like 44 minus 5 gives us 39. We'll have one more of this type of problem. Evaluate b squared minus 4ac. And so we're going to plug in. The b has an exponent, so it will have to go in parentheses. And it's going to be a -3. The exponent is on the outside. Minus 4 times a, which is -1, times c, which is 5. So we've substituted. Then work out your exponent. So it is -3 squared. -3 times -3 gives you a +9. Then we will do the multiplications. So we can do, you can take the negative with you, the 4 if you want, because there's no exponents. So this will give us a +4 times 5 will give us 20 plus the 9. 9 plus 20 will give us 29. I just wanted to add one more example. This problem already has the parentheses on it, but you just want to be careful and keep the parentheses and keep the exponent where it is, on the outside of the whole thing. You always want to look closely and see is the exponent outside or the inside. So we're going to keep the parentheses, substitute x, which is 2, minus, substitute y, which is a -4. We don't want to lose a sign, so we're going to need a parentheses there. This minus was from the problem. We're plugging in a -4 into the y. We have another parentheses, which is the outside one, and keep the exponent. Now, you're going to clean up on the inside. So minus a negative makes plus. So you have 2 plus 4 on the inside, which is 6. And 6 squared means 6 times 6 is 36. But you just have to be really careful how you plug in and keep all of your original notation.